Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. Your questions, your heroes.
Welcome to the Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. And of course, yes, it is a new year, 2021. Great sporting action lies ahead for the rest of 2021. But of course, we have to touch on the business of rugby with the Currie Cup now moving to the business end with the semi-finals very, very close before us. But now we just have to wrap up this last round of the Currie Cup as well. But of course, we will be focusing on the Central South African derby, that being between the Toyota Cheetahs as well as the Tafellager Griquas, that will be happening in Kimberley at the Tafellager Park as well. But joining me is also the Toyota Cheetahs centre. His name is Dries Swanepoel. Dries, how are you doing?
Hey Aaron, very good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Touchdown. And of course, it has been an exciting time for you. Besides the festive season, I know that you also recently became a new father and you welcomed a new son. How has that experience been for you? Because, I mean, we always see you as a rugby player, but now we are seeing you as a father as well.
Yeah, Aaron, I think you have to be a father to understand that. It's an amazing feeling. I think it's a humble feeling to know that you are living now for something more than yourself, and I think it's quite nice because you strive to be a better man because you want to show your son or your kids that this is the way you want them and yourself to behave and to be. And like you said now, usually people identify you as a rugby player, and it's great that way. But we are, first of all, human beings, and in my case now, a father and a husband, and that is very important. Doesn't matter what your day work is or what you do for a living. So yeah, having a son now, especially just after the lockdown period, it's a great feeling of freedom and responsibility at the same time.
Definitely, absolutely beautiful. And we wish you and your wife very, very lots of good luck. And in terms of keeping that baby nice and active, I know that it might be a busy time for you in terms of changing those nappies as well. We are wishing you and your wife all the best as well. But in terms of looking at the lockdown period, and you now talk about leaving the lockdown period, yes, you welcomed a new son, but at the beginning of the season, we didn't see you play that much of rugby because you were still nursing that foot injury. Can you maybe just tell us a little bit more about your journey to recovery with your foot?
Yes, Aaron. I struggled a bit, especially a while back with Achilles pain, and the docs, the specialist said it wasn't my Achilles, it was a tendon surrounding my Achilles, and the cause of that was my foot that is falling a bit inwards, and that was fine when we during the lockdown we had to do a lot of fitness and training, and because of the lockdown we did a lot of that on hard surface. So I used to jog and run and do everything with my tackies that supported the inside of my foot really well, and when we shifted that load just on the field, and the tox didn't give me that much of support, so I struggled with the same problem, that tendon of mine at the bottom of my calf. And I went to see Dr. Petri at Bethlehem. He's a specialist with the sauna, and he told me exactly what the problem is and how he thinks we need to fix it, and he said we can fix it from the bottom up. So I went to Frans Kleinhans, and he designed me a inner, and that supported my foot even in my tox, and that made a massive difference. So yeah, I'm really glad I can play injury free and practice injury free. It makes a lot of difference in enjoying the game.
Definitely. And of course, we are so happy to see you back on the field. We've now seen you become somewhat of a regular at that center position as well. But looking at the whole season as a whole, we have to admit that it has been somewhat of an incredibly tough season for the Toyota Cheetahs as well. And many fans are asking the question as to what went wrong, because we look at the game that you played against Western Province this past weekend, and you were so close to moving one step closer into the semi-finals. And of course, one thing that stands out for me is key injuries to players like Ruan Pinar and a player like Junior Pokomela as well. From your perspective as a player, what do you think went wrong in terms of just moving you guys one step closer to the next round of the competition?
Aaron, first of all, I don't think there's any excuses for a team not making a semi. I think it's just maybe outplayed. There's a few reasons that I think could have caused that. One of them was you have to consider the mental pressure and the mental instabilities from or the instabilities in our future that participated the whole Currie Cup. I mean, we leaving the pro rugby, and then because of that, a few players opting to take that contract out. So that was a bit of a momentum loss from us because we were quite good the first 2-3 games. And then we lost a few players. I'm thinking about Jasper, Bernard, Luan de Bruin, who also went to play overseas. And then, as you said, atop of that, a few injuries like Ruan and Junior. So that was a few momentum breakers. But I know a lot of teams has the same. So for you as a team, you have to take that into consideration and still perform every weekend. I think we had a bit of unluck as well this weekend, like you mentioned now with Province. I mean, the difference in playing in the semis, I mean, playing in a home semi-final and missing a semi-final out that we are now, the difference is so small. And sometimes it goes for you and sometimes it goes against you. So I think we were a bit unlucky, but it was still in our hands. And I think we dropped it there. I will encourage my teammates and the supporters that we'll always stick to the Cheetah way, giving it our best and trying to be better and to be the best every time. We want to showcase them entertaining rugby brand, and if we go out by playing that, it's also right.
Definitely. You talk about playing the Cheetahs way and playing great rugby, great, exciting, entertaining rugby. And before we wrap up the Currie Cup, you guys will be traveling to Kimberley this weekend to take on the Tafellager Griquas at the Tafellager Park as well. What can we expect from the Toyota Cheetahs? I'm certain that you guys would like to finish this competition on a great note.
Yeah, and we are hoping for a clear day that the rain and the elements don't impact the game that much. But if we can have a brilliant surface to play on rugby, we will shift the ball. I mean, we don't have anything to lose or gain in this, and the Griquas is the same. So I think it will be a very entertaining game because we're only playing for our own pride and. So I don't want to say I forecast a very exciting game, but I can see that happening.
But of course, as we look forward to the rest of the season as well, we are expecting an exciting game as you guys take on the Tafellager Griquas in Kimberley as well. But the big question now remains as to what lies ahead for the Toyota Cheetahs in 2021. We have seen certain announcements being made and a few bits of insecurity as well with regards to the Toyota Cheetahs. But for us as fans, we still back you, we still support you, and we are with you on this journey irrespective of what might happen.
Yeah, Aaron, I think, like I said, me as a player, we want to control the controllables. And playing in a competition that we are not yet certain about is one of our uncontrollables. So at the moment, it looks like we are in favor with the Intercontinental Cup. Which is not announced it's not, there's no certainty of that yet. But either way, which competition we play in or where the Cheetahs are going, I don't think we'll lose the Cheetah way. I think we'll still strive to score tries and to win the game the way we want to play. I hope that will be true. Doesn't matter where we are going or what competition we are playing. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. And I think irrespective of what happens for you personally as a player, we are so excited to see you back on the park again, fit and healthy to play for the Cheetahs. And with regards to the Cheetahs, we wish you guys all the best on Saturday as you guys take on the Tafelaga Griquas, but most importantly for the rest of 2021. And the one thing that you can remain certain about is that we as Cheetahs fans will always back you guys. And of course, we'll stand behind you guys irrespective of what may happen. But Dries Swanepoel, thank you so much for joining me on the touchdown, and all the best for the rest of 2021.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you for all your support, and big thanks to our supporters and the loyal people backing the Cheetahs all the way. We are doing our best to give you the best entertainment next to the braai and next to a beer as we can.
Touchdown with Aaron Masemola. On the bench with local legends. OFM Sport. The personalities behind the plays.